As if I walked in to the beat of weed. Oh, shit. Fucking walk all the way in the back. Great. Motherfucker. Of course. Oh. Oh. Now for Juju. Yes. Hello. Hello, puppy. Oh. Sorry for now. Fuck. Ay, ay, ay. Man, motherfucker, dude. God, fucking work's just been a fucking absurd nightmare today. Jesus Christ. Ugh. You know, I should have fucking turned Bluetooth on first before doing any of this, but whatever. Fuck it. Fucking Lord. Man, I can't wait for this fucking walkthrough bullshit to be fucking over with already, because this is just goddamn ridiculous. I swear to God, it's like every fucking time, you know, this like shit happens, I'm always getting like, you know, some sort of a fucking bullshit like thing. It's just driving me fucking nuts. It's getting seriously ridiculous. It's bloody fucking absurd. You know what? Here, hold on, let me do this. Oh, there we go. Now a load of boat up and I was trying to calm the fuck down. Ugh. A load of boat up and I was trying to calm the fuck down. Ugh. Man, like, I am so glad this is like the second to last day of this bullshit that I gotta deal with, because holy fucking shit, bro. Especially with my ass, like, I am so seriously fucking done. I mean, so like when it comes to this shit. Ugh. Because, of course, the most tiniest little fucking thing of, you know, like when it comes to anything, it's like, God fuck forbid, dude. It's like, it's just a constant fucking ridiculous bullshit of, like, oh, we gotta get a warning, you gotta, like, talk to your office, this and that, blah, blah, blah. It's just fucking absurd. It's driving me fucking nuts. And then, like, at the opposite shit, like, oh my God. I swear, like, literally every single motherfucker from, like, you know, from the upper end of things was here today, and it was ridiculous. If we could try one of these, but I'll wait for it. So Logan's Mr. Pibb. He left it here, so it's mine now. But fucking hell, bro. I mean, like, I hate how, like, every tiny little thing, you know, for the shit I'm doing for today has been, like, nitpick the shit. And it's been driving me fucking nuts. And there's actually this one, like, ops manager or some shit that, oh my god, like I know it for an absolute fact it's total like abrasive bitch. I was making some fried. She's like, you need to be wearing one of those aprons or whatever. I'm just like, well, one of those black ones. She's like, well, those, but you know, you need one of these plastic ones. You want to know why? And kind of give me this look, just like, and then it kind of clicked. I was like, oh my god, this is the one bitch that fucking freaked out on me years ago. Because like, there's this, one time back when we had our last walkthrough, like where she thought I ignored her ass, took like an hour break, and then like just lied about what I was doing, to the deli or like to the depart or the like store director at that time. And I'm just like, I just kind of realized, oh, you. So I immediately I'm like, oh, I didn't know we actually had those yet. So I was like, okay. I just kind of shrugged and went, all right. Because I mean, a lot of it's just like predominantly about, like the food safety stuff, which whatever, fine, fair enough. But then I get fucking pulled aside of the office and shit, about like me shopping during like me being clocked on or whatever, which I know I ain't the only one that does that. But honestly, I know why though. It's because of how I do it. Because I mentioned it before. It's like, yeah, like, sometimes I'll go want to grab a coffee or something. Don't buy it yet, but on my break, then I go buy it and then, whatever. So it's like, so it's just like, since we haven't mentioned or talked about that, I just want to ask, well, why are you doing that? And I'm just like, honestly, just convenience. Like it hasn't really been mentioned before about that. I know that like there was like someone suspected I was doing, but I just straight told him no, I would never do that. But I will sometimes pick stuff up before I actually like clock off on my break. She's like, well, I need you to make sure you do that. I'm just like, okay. I just like went, all right. But still get a fucking write up of shit because like I apparently took like an hour lunch or some shit, which like, I mean, I could get maybe take like a 40 or something, or like a 45 or whatever, but like fucking hour. So I was like, huh? And it was like over like some sort of a clock out from like a fucking week ago or some shit. I'm just like, couldn't you have just said something then? Because then I probably would have remembered about that instead of being like, huh? Oh, dude, to try to kind of get me for being like almost like 40 minutes late yesterday and today. And I was like, no, my schedule got rewritten in. Like, I was like, no, that has actually been rewritten. It's on our schedule back there. And I looked at Kim and she's like, yeah, my like boss basically wrote it in on there. And so, and I was just like, so I just went, I'm just like, you fucking really like, I mean, it's because now it's just like shows that I feel like there is just kind of a sense of like, yeah, because there's too many annoyances or, and shit, from my ass. They kind of conveniently don't want to have me around. So like literally everybody else being pretty much on about wanting me to stay, or at least, wanting to be there and not, be fired or lost or whatever over some stupid shit, which frankly, I don't want to either. I mean, because over some stupid shit, which I know isn't even wrong. Like, because it's not like I'm doing straight fucking theft or whatever. It's like they always go for the time theft thing. It's like, as far as I'm concerned, that really means nothing to me. Like, so it's like, yeah, I get this corporate policy bullshit, but as far as I'm concerned, whatever. Should probably be more worried about, employees that might be sneaking shit out. Because I know for a fact that happens. So I find it a little silly that they want to like get at me for that shit, but yeah, I know for a fact they probably got some motherfuckers at that store that do way more heinous like policy violations or whatever. So it's fucking ridiculous. Because I honestly was thinking, this past weekend, the last few days have actually been pretty good, despite bullshit. But no, I was wanting to kind of drop the nuke on me there first, for a little bit, because fuck it, right? So that's why my assumption would be, because it's just fucking ridiculous. And I know it's been coming up too, because I've had a lot of others, been like, hey, just make sure you're praying for your stuff and this and that or whatever. But the whole like, oh, it's time to have to like shop in between like during your breaks or whatever is fucking like what? So not even on like a 10 or a 5 minute break, I can't do that shit. So what if I'm grabbing a coffee for my break because I don't know, I like need a fucking coffee? It's like, fuck me, I guess. I can't do that. Because, I mean, like, from what I understood at least, because that was mentioned from yesterday, because I took like a quick little 5 minute break just to get a coffee in me, and at least finish it up and shit. And, like, and at least the observation one she was mentioned about that's like, well, just at least make sure that, you don't have it on the counter or at least in our department and stuff like that. I'm like, all right, that's fine. I'll just, and I'll keep it out, outside of the department, and I'll make sure at least the receipt's there and all that. Since also I need to keep those, apparently. So I mean, and so honestly, as far as I'm concerned, I feel like I'm, being like, all right, course correction we needed, and I just go along with it. Because that's pretty much has been, what I've been doing lately. But even then, that ain't fucking enough. It's like, good fucking Christ, bro. It's beyond ridiculous. I'm just gonna have one more fucking day of this shit, and then I'm just like done. Like, us, oh my god. Ay. Damn it. This thing really fucking clogged. Shit. Really? Fucking really. There's like never a good angle to be fucking doing this, is there? Is it this? Nope, it's this. Alright, Tokapoka, where doth he be? Where is the Tokapoka? What the fuck? Where'd it go? There it is. Left it over there when I sat over there. My fucking. Ugh. Doggo, what you doing? Doing your business? You goof? What you doing? So I sneak back in from the back porch. What would you doing there, buddy? You goofy thing. Yeah, goofy sweet little dog. You're just ridiculous sometimes. You know that? Goofy little goober dog. Fucking gracious. A little time check. This still got some time. And that little bowl. Guess that helps. At least it helps at least a little bit. Because, my God, man. I definitely cannot wait for this little weekend to arrive. Especially, like, since it's also the birthday weekend, too. That's, like, on, like, was a little shitty. Is that going for all this fucking bullshit, and it's just, like, leading up to, like, what it should be just a weekend of, like, relaxation. But you know what? It's got to be that way, though. Mainly just because, like, it's been ridiculously bunk with the past 2 fucking weeks of this shit. And also, now I'm just realizing, like, if I'm working like a 9-hour fucking shift at these midnight shifts or whatever the fuck I've been doing, like, then technically I'm allowed to have an hour of lunch. And I just thought about that. So what the fuck? I just now thought about that. So yeah, now I'm realizing, like, where in the fuck is this shit of, like, oh, I'm, like, taking too long on lunch. Because now at that point, I'm actually technically under. Like, so, now I'm just realizing that. It's like, if a lot of these, like, deep clean shifts are, like, from, like, fucking 3 to midnight, which is, I'm pretty sure, 9 hours. And so you got 3, 6, 9, 12. So, like, yeah, so. Yeah, that's 9 hours. So what the fuck? Like, how does that even make sense? Because by that logic, then, yeah, should, like, legally in the state of Oregon, anyone working over, like, 8.5 to 9 hours is at least 9 hours for sure. But anyone that is working over, like 9, 10 hours is, legally obligated to an hour lunch and, like, 20-minute breaks. And, so basically, like, the breaks are doubled. So now I'm realizing that. So where the fuck does that logic come from? Because what, I normally don't, take those long lunches and stuff because I don't have those long shifts. Is that it? Because that makes no fucking sense now. Now I just started thinking about that. So still getting, like, these little verbals or written little warning things or write-ups or whatever, just because of, like, shit that actually makes fucking, sense. Like, it actually legally is fine. Got you fuming. It's just this walkthrough shit, bro. Like, today, like, when I first showed up, like, literally everyone and their mother for, like, our ops and shit from, like, different stores to different areas and all this shit were here today. And, like, so it was just kind of chaotic. And then I get pulled aside and asked about, like, this 59-ish minute, like, lunch that I took, which, considering that I'm doing, like 8.5 to 9 hour shifts, that would technically be legal and fine for me to do, and actually is obligated to, in a sense. And also, like, there's, this whole thing that got brought up to me about, like, why you shopping on your, like, on the clock or whatever. I'm just like, I do that during my breaks sometimes just because it's kind of, it's just kind of a little bit of a convenience factor. It's easier for me to, like, not forget something like dog food, or something like that, to make sure that, because sometimes I might forget, when I clock off and go home and realize, oh, I need to grab that, and, and store's already closed or something. So, I just said, hey, straight up for the convenience factor. And then she was like, well, you need to make sure you do that when you clock off instead. I'm just like, okay, fine, I guess. But it was just like a little barragement of that, about the attendance stuff, and then fucking, and then just, like, with the walkthrough shit, which, because it's every tiny little thing gets fucking nitpicked, bro, and it's, like, so annoying. It's like, look, I get it, but holy shit. It's like, my God, dude. It also kind of makes me wonder what, is being said when I'm not there, during the morning and, like, early afternoons and shit. Because, bruh, it's just like, what the fuck? Like, because all day today, before, my lunch break and shit, when I got there, it's like, I had, like, my coworker Skittle, my manager being like, hey, just just kind of they're watching. Just be careful, and just kind of be on your toes about just doing stuff around here. I'm just like, okay, I already have been, and but she's like, well, I mean, with like if like grab a little something, like buy something, while you're not on a break or whatever. I was like, oh, is it about that? And I even asked my department manager because she already knew this was going to happen, so she kind of gave me a heads up anyway. So I already knew this whole like me like having to go to the office really quick was already going to happen. But like I just asked her, it's like, so it's about. So it kind of actually kind of gave me a little relief and clarification where it's like I don't think they're worried about me stealing shit. They just don't want me shopping while I'm on the clock. Which relief, I guess. That's good. They don't think I'm doing that at least. Which like fuck. Because I would have been very defensive about that if that's what they were saying. But they're just like, yeah, just don't do that when you're on the clock. And I'm just like, all right, fair enough, I guess. I'll just do that on my lunch breaks. But again, it's just so fucking annoying. It's like nitpicking me over the stupid little shit like that. It's like, I mean, it makes me think it's like, with enough stupid little things like that they can kind of like, nitpicking me at and be like, oh, we've talked about this or something in like a different way, really. It's like, oh, well, instead of like, being like maybe 10 minutes late, it's like 6 minutes where you have to like, call up and blah, blah, blah. Which that's different anyway from the get-go that so that's a different change. And also from my understanding, I think that's just like our store director's style of it, because from my understanding most stores still do it like that. Like, so that's not like an actual like full policy change thing. That's just how she does that. So that's annoying, but whatever. And I even remember yesterday I was a little late anyway from when I was written in, after my slight schedule change. And she tried to get me at like, oh, well, you were like 45 something minutes late, yesterday. I was like, well, it was, there was a change in the schedule. And also I did text someone from my department saying, hey, it's going to be slightly late. You overslept a little bit. Yeah, I'll be there as soon as I, can. Shouldn't be more than like 10 minutes. And I sent that like 5 after. I don't know if I got up the chain of command or anything. She's like, okay. She at least like, got the clarification. I at least sent a message out. So she's like, all right, whatever. Just, but then she asked about like, why did I have lunch? I was like, I mean, because my sleep's been a little wonky and stuff. I just straight up was kind of out of it and didn't realize I was gone that long. So that is completely my bad. And I'll own up to that. I just straight up said that. She's like, well, all right. But because she's like, we've talked about this before, blah blah blah, and and because that's the annoying thing. It's like, yeah, I know, you don't have to do it right about. Just remind me especially if it's like a one-off. I mean, it's like shit. And even when I was thinking about it, like, I technically am all right to do that with what my shifts are right now. At least with most of them. So it really doesn't make sense to me. I mean, I guess for that day, technically, sure, but it's like just because I was a little late, but at least at least try to communicate a heads up, so it got passed down, so they at least know, hey, I'm not just gone, I'm or whatever. But still, it's annoying. It's really it's just so annoying. Because like every day, there's always at least a little something with shit like this. And also the like shopping on while you're clocked on, like, so for like the 10 or minute breaks, then like you can't grab like a snack or something. Then that don't make no sense. Or grab a coffee or something, because that just literally doesn't make sense to me. And it just really feels like it's just like really hyping down on really kind of the most stupid shit, just to kind of like, I don't know. Like, I really don't, I just dead ass don't fucking know, to be honest. I don't get it. I can think of a few reasons, but all of it's just like, oh, well, fuck this kid, get him out of here. But that also doesn't totally make sense, because of like everyone saying like, yeah, if he wasn't there, this store would be kind of fucked. At least our department would be fucked. So I don't get it. I don't fucking get it. Corpos, man, dude. They make the most irrational decisions sometimes. like straight up. I will say, at least, I think my story director's like, yeah, you've been honestly really good about a lot of stuff, blah, blah, blah. So it's like another weird backhanded, like, you're doing good about everything so far, but what the hell? It's like, it's like shit. I can't be like, like the most like flawless, like little string B over here. It's like, holy shit. It makes me wonder, is like anyone else being nitpicked like this? Because I know other people have been talked to about other shit that they do and, all this other stuff. And so I know I'm not really the only one, but it feels like I'm the one that tends to, get called up the most about shit like this. It's just fucking ridiculous. Make your manager eat green chili. Well, she probably would like green chili. I don't fucking know. Check, all right. A couple more minutes, I guess. Lay. Ay. Man, today definitely has been nutty and ridiculous. You know what? I'm thinking probably hit up my boy Logan and be like, yo, pool. So we tried to do that yesterday, but the bar was closed. So we're just like, oh. So I might, try to do that tonight because, I'm feeling it. I'm kind of feeling that itch. Especially since I also got Balties to pool yesterday. So I'm definitely feeling the itch. Get this last little bolo and call it good. And all that shit. Go back to the hellscape. And at least I know I'm not the only one that's just all worn out to shit either. Like everybody is just like, everyone's just kind of like getting to the point of just being worn out and just kind of beaten to a pulp, emotionally, mentally, probably physically, psychologically, metaphysically, quantum dimensionally. Corporations tend to know how to do that really well to people, don't they? Oh, God damn it, fuck you. Fuck you. But, so we can game plan with my boy. Maybe I'll do some little pool stream or something, or if not, just chill here, I guess. We'll see. But anyway, going back to the hellscape. So peace out for now and all that shit and yada yada blah, blah, blah.